Hello my crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. This is Sheree. I'm so glad you're here. I've started a new project I wanted to share with you. This is one of the books I showed you that I'm doing kind of like for a back to school theme. They're kind of an eclectic back to school theme. So basically the book is kind of a back to school-ish type book, and then the inside I just do whatever. I just challenge myself to use what I have, and I don't go out and get specific things for any journal. Just whatever I brought home from the thrift store, Dollar Tree, whatever. I just go hunting when I do a journal. So go hunting in my craft room. So yeah, this one's this things to make and do. Kind of an old or vintage book, and someone has said that they would like this one, so I was doing this one next. I've got the new spine created here. I think it really looks nice with this crayon fabric. I got this at Walmart like a few years ago. I don't know how many years ago, but I noticed when I was in Florida last week when I stopped by Walmart and walked down their fabric aisle that they still had it. So maybe, I think if they have it, then most Walmarts are still carrying this crayon fabric, but it's really cute, as you can see. And I liked it because when I held it up next to the book, it had this green crayon in here, which I thought went with the cover. And then I added this yellow rickrack, which I think sets it off nice. And there's also, of course, yellow crayons in here. So here's what it looks like so far. And then I also put this pretty scrapbook paper, it's cardstock, on the inside of the book to cover the inside. It was just plain white here and here. And then, of course, that same fabric here. So I thought maybe we could finish off the cover together. I'm going to need this in a second. Let me go ahead. First thing I think I'll do is, you see how I put the rickrack here on the outside. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the inside. So I'll just add that with Fabri-Tac here. Let's see. This is a newer bottle. I'm kind of using up this one right here right now, just about to the end. But you know how it is. If you've ever tried to use up a bottle of Fabri-Tac, it seems to go on forever, like never-ending bottle of glue. But you do have to turn it upside down to get every last drip that you can out of it. So that's what I've been doing this week, having it upside down now so I can finish it off and just use the new one. But I'm just trying to get an even, steady, stream of glue here along the edge of the fabric. And not a lot, because I don't want it to stick out beyond the rickrack. So there's one side. Let's get that down while that glue is wet. And I'm just going to put it right on the edge of that fabric and down to the bottom of the book. I already measured it and cut it. So I thought we could do this together and see how it all comes together. We're going to make some library pockets for the front and the back. And then we're going to put a little decoration, a little special decoration. Well, I think it's special anyway. For the front, I was looking at different things in my craft room, and just so happened I thought of something that I thought might look good with a really vintage book like this. And yeah, when I put it down, I was like, oh my goodness, it was even better than I thought it would be. You know what I mean? When that happens, you have kind of an idea in your head and put something together from your craft room in your head together with what you're doing, and you get it out, and it's like, oh my goodness, I had no idea that was going to be so perfect. So just a second and I will show it to you. Okay, there's one. Look how nice that looks compared. I mean, I like it either way, but it looks so nice. Oh my goodness, my glue is just, I left it sideways and it's just going everywhere. I have a little antiseptic wipe here though that I've been using to keep myself glue free as much as possible. So I'll just use that to take care of that. Now let me see if this is still going to come out, because I just tipped it up. It was just trying to go all over the place though, because I tipped it on its side, and now I probably made a mistake by tipping it up. I might, oh no, here it comes. Good. Still down at the, or I should say still up at the top so it can come out. rather quickly and smoothly. Working very nice here. I like this for holding down stuff like, you know, any kind of fabric-y type trim. Works well for me anyway. And it dries fast, so you don't have to sit around and wait for it to dry. You know, I like to get it together quickly. Don't have a lot of time to craft, so I like that glue. I like any glue that dries fast for me. And I only have two. Well, I have some that I need to use up that I bought that I experimented with now. I don't know why I keep trying new glues, but I do, and then I have to use them up because I don't really like them as much as my art glitter glue and my Fabri-Tac, but that's the way it is. You think you found something better, or I think I found something better, and I didn't. I did not. So I gotta just stop trying new glues because I don't want to waste them. You know what I mean? So I do try to use them up here and there. When I'm not in video or something, I'll use them when I have more time for it to dry, or leave it over, doing something where I have time to leave it on my desk and let it dry. Because it's good glue. It's going to glue, but it just takes longer to dry. That type of thing. Okay, so there we go. We put our rickrack on, and that looks absolutely beautiful. I like how it draws the yellow crayons out and against the reddish pattern here. I picked this because it was a generic, even though it's a pattern, it's kind of generic, so I don't feel like I couldn't put anything on top of it. So the next thing I cut out already is some fun cardstock scrapbook paper. It's white on this side, and these are going to be the backs of our pockets. They're kind of a comic book theme, and I thought that would be cool for like a, you know, when you're in school. If this was a back-to-school journal, it doesn't have to be, but if it was, you know, it goes with the kid theme, or you know, when you're a kid, you're more likely to have read some scrapbook paper, some comic books, not scrapbook paper, some comic books. So this I'm going to, let's see, I think I'll round the top corners and leave the bottoms rounded off. Yep. So yes, I hope you, when this video is probably going to be posted on a Monday, and so if it is, hopefully I'm right and you had a good week. I'm going to ask if you had a good weekend. I imagine I'll have a good weekend. I'm actually videoing before, or recording before the weekend. So this is the paper I want to make the pocket with. It's a solid kind of navy blue with little rainbows that have the same colors or similar colors as what's in here. So I think it'll look, I like mixing patterns. I think that's fun. So I think it's going to look good all together. So let's see. I'm going to, let me take this as a measurement and cut a strip, and then we'll cut our pockets out of that strip. I like to use my pre-made pocket, my library pockets, because I think they're really cool, because they're like, you know, they're real, like like the library pocket you'd see in a library. But I also like to make my own pockets too. So I did the library pockets, you know, the pre-made ones and the last one. So I got that out of my system for a moment. And then so now this time I'm going to make my own, but we'll see what happens with the next one. I like to make every journal different, so different and unique. So okay, so now I just need a little piece to go across here, and something like, let me see how, I'm trying to see how deep I want them. So something like that. So let's just turn this over. Here's what it looks like on the other side. This is a double-sided scrapbook paper, but I wanted this kind of more solid color, to use this more solid color. I showed you when I was starting these journals, I think three different collection kits that I had used parts of them, you know, and I said I was challenging myself to use those, all the papers, and you know, or as much as possible, the papers and let's see now if this is going to work on this one. That should be the same size because I cut these out of the same strip. So it should fit in here, on here, but it's almost looking like it's a little thinner. Let me see. Yeah, it's like a barely slimmer, which I don't see how that's possible. Let me try to make sure okay. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, it's a slimmer. That is so weird. This fits right on there, right? Let's measure one more time, or just see how it fits on here one more time. Yeah, that's exact. That is so strange because I cut this strip right here out of the scrapbook paper and then cut it in half to make these two. It's just one strip I cut because I wanted these to be the same size. And then I cut that strip out of a 12 by 12. Say this is, just pretend, I think it's wider than 4 inches because I wanted it to be I wanted it to be a wider pocket than a regular library pocket, you know, ones that's pre-made. So I cut it it's probably about 4.5 inches, I'm going to guess. And so I cut a 4.5 inch strip and cut it in half in case you want to know how I made these. That's how I made them. So these are 6 inches tall. So they should be the same size, but guess what? They are not. Okay, so I'm going to cut another piece here for my pocket. Now this pocket might be different size as far as depth. I'm not measuring to see if it's the same size as the other one, but I'm going to have to cut a little sliver off of here so I can not have this pocket to have a sliver, you know, sticking out there. So I'm going to just do it like this. And this will work. And then we'll re-round our corner here. And we'll be good to go. I'm just going to do a flat pocket here. So there we go. We have both of our pieces. Now let's see how it fits. Perfect. Okay. So then we're going to round the top corners of the pockets. Ooh. Don't bend the scrapbook paper, Sheree. I'm not rough with my stuff, so I don't know. I do like to be careful. Alright, so I'm going to glue these down, and I will use a little Fab-Tac. I'm going to use the new one on here so I can get a nice, thin as possible bead of glue around the sides and the bottom. So let's do that, because I don't want the glue to take up my space too much, you know, where I can put things in here. If your glue is, you have a wide bead of glue, then especially on the sides, then that means whatever you put in here has to be thinner and thinner depending on where your glue is. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so this one's going on here that we cut, especially for this pocket. I want to thank everyone for, if you're watching this video and you clicked on any of my and ordered my links for Your Creative Studio. They sent me a email today that I couldn't tell if it was more than one person or one person, but someone, it looks like a lot of people clicked on the link. I think it said 30 people, which was really, I was surprised. I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool that, you know, because, you know, I kind of just let you know about it, but I don't, you know, I'm not like demanding or anything like, go click on my link. I'm not like that. But so I was like, oh my goodness, 30 people clicked on my link for Your Creative Studio. I couldn't believe it. And then someone ordered, or some people ordered. I couldn't tell if it was person or people. But I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for clicking on whatever you clicked on for Your Creative Studio, because they let me know. I guess they were happy. I guess they let you know either way. And you know, because I have my coupon code that I'm putting under my videos. It's my name, Sheree Brown. So pretty easy to remember if you know my name. Anyway, and last name Brown, like the color. So yeah, so they keep track of it that way. But yeah, I really appreciate it. It was a nice surprise. Today I got that email. I was like, oh my goodness. I couldn't believe it. Like someone actually clicked on it and someone actually ordered something. Or people actually ordered something. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, really. That was so, that's how this community is. They're just so supportive. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's get these glued down. Not going to get emotional. Not going to get emotional. No, no, no. Just have a happy, fun time here crafting. But yeah, I wanted to make a point. I have to do more than one thank you and more than one video because in case, I have over 7,000 subscribers. But, so I know everybody doesn't watch all my videos at this, so they don't see everything, you know what I mean? So someone may see a thank you in this video, but somebody might not see see it in this video, and they might see it in another video. So I'm gonna have to do more than one, at least one more thank you for the Your Creative Studio clicks. And while I'm on the track of thanking people, I want to also thank you for, all the condolences for my mom. I let you know last Monday in my video that she passed away, and that's where I was last week. That's where I was in Florida, and so y'all, so sweet. I could barely read the comments, but I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. All your kind words. So back to crafting. That's enough thank yous for today. Yeah, I think these are cute. So we're gonna we added the rickrack. We added these fun library pockets. So we can add some fun ephemera in here. And you can see I'm just eyeballing where I'm putting them, kind of putting them even in the same spot. But, I'm not like measuring or trying to get it some kind of perfect measurement or anything. Just wherever I think it looks good. And I like all these colors together. I like colors, so I love color. I like vintage, neutral, whatever, and I like color. I like it all. I love it all. I haven't done a vintagey journal in a while. I'm gonna have to do one soon because I love that too, and I haven't done one. But I love my color so much. It's hard. I just love color so much. I love just putting colors together. It's so cool. Okay, so that is super cute. Love the size of this one. In case I didn't tell you, I might have told you, I might not have told you, but it is, now that we have the new spine on it, it is about 6 3/4 inches wide and about 10 1/4 inches tall. Pretty tall, but nice. You can fit a lot in here on these pages. On a size that page, you can really do anything you want on a page that's that size. Not too wide. Not in a good size. Like if you have a whole card or a big card you wanted to save and you wanted to put it in here, you could totally just put it in a pocket, or if it'll fit, or glue it on a page, something like that. So the last thing that I want to show you, the thing that I got out that looks so special. Let me move this for a moment. And that I thought when I got it out, I mean, it was just like, wait till you see. I mean, I hope you like it as much as I do. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of nothing, but it was just so perfect. So I just got out these little crochet flowers that I have. I looked at my yo-yos. I looked at some other like my flower foam stickers and butterflies and things. And then I got out these. I was like, I wanted something a little more vintagey looking. And I got out these and I put them down here like this. And I was like, oh my word. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold it down here because I'm trying to get it out without the glare too. You see how the yellow goes with all the yellow here, rickrack and the crayons, and then this color is kind of almost the same color as her dress and his shirt, his stripes in his shirt, but a darker color, darker version of it. I was like, that looks so perfect. So we're gluing these down. I think it's just so beautiful. So, and I like these colors against this green too. So we're going to get some fabric tack on here and get these nicely glued, solidly glued down and secured here. I think I just heard thunder. I'm not sure if that was thunder or my son doing something outside or upstairs. I tell you guys, I'm going to have a little news for you, a little good news for you soon. So stay tuned. I don't want to say it yet because I don't want to say it too early, but I'll give you a little hint, and see if you can guess what it is. My son's moving out. My son, you know, he just was living, him and his wife were living here temporarily. They have a house, but they rent it out. So they were living here temporarily until they decided what house they want to, where exactly, what house and where they want to put it, type of thing. Plus they wanted to save some money, you know, all that kind of thing when you first get married, which we were glad to have him here. So I'm going to miss him being upstairs, but I won't miss the noise. If you ever hear noise in my video, I'm sorry. It was them probably upstairs, because you can hear stuff through the ceiling. I don't know if all two-story houses are like that, but this one is. So sorry about any noise in the past. It was them doing something up there. They roll things around on the floor. You never know, vacuum. My son has a remote car that he was playing with up there. The dog's running around. So, okay. So, anyway, stay tuned for some news about that. I just want to, you know, let him get moved out. I don't want to rush him out or anything. And then we'll see. I'll let you know what my news is. So, see if it comes to fruition, right? I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But, count my chickens before they hatch, yeah. So here it is. Very cute, I think. I like all the colors. They came together nicely. Here's the back. I did wash it off. It wasn't really dirty, but this book is in really good condition. And I washed it off with just a, you know, a little bit with a wet wipe. And all nice and clean. The corners are not really too worn at all. Just a little bit here and there. I do, you know, for something like that, I don't put book corners. I don't usually put book corners on. That's what I'm trying to say. And even if it is a little bit something like frayed or something, I'll try to fix it and put it back together even before I put book corners on. It'd have to be really bad before I put book corners on. So I like the charm of a little bit of wear, you know. So that's the outside, and here is our colorful fun inside. So I hope you enjoyed finishing this off with me. I'm going to start on the pages now, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of fun, and stay tuned for that. And I'll try to do another video of putting those together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.